Hi and welcome back. Sorry for the delay in this video. I've been sick. I thought I'd come up with these 5 tips to a great Halloween party. The step 1 is pick your theme. Send out your invites, get your numbers, make sure people know to bring their own booze or snacks, and make sure you know all the dietary requirements beforehand. Step 2, pick your costumes, whether that's making your own, buying them, or maybe set up a group chat. See if you or your friends can help each other out with parts of costumes or costumes. Step 3 is your location. Decide whether it's going to be in your home, in an outside location, and of course it all depends on the weather. It's great to have outside, but in the house is more usual. Step 4 is your preparation. Make sure you have your food, your drinks, your music. We always like to have a signature cocktail. Have it on hand as a guest arrives. So it's party time, the menu's set, the drinks are flowing, your games are set. Try and arrange a designated driver, or at least a ride. You don't want anyone drinking and driving. So as you can guess, this year's Halloween party was Harry Potter themed. We decided to hold it in the garage pub that we have on our premises that was made during lockdown. And what we decided to do was add an extension, initially by using a gazebo with the you would have up in the summertime, but we decided it wasn't quite big enough. We'd invited quite a few people, so we made a wooden frame. It was really quite basic, and then covered it with the panels from the existing gazebo, and then threw a couple of really large waterproof tarps over the top. The garage is something that we use constantly. We have all family gatherings in here as long as we can fit. We had Thanksgiving outside in the yard with using the garage as our base. We have Christmas here. We have obviously Halloween, Valentine's Day, you name the holiday, we have it set up in here. But back to this little outside space that we'd set up for the party. Once it was ready, I've had a box full of curtains that I've mixed and matched over the years, so I always keep them just on in case I need them, and we did. So we stapled them on top of the panels that were existing on the frame, and this made it very, very cozy and almost have made it feel like a Bedouin tent. I kind of mixed and matched. I had different curtains. Some of them were light coloured, some of them were heavy duty, so I just put them up as best I could, really, just using regular staples on the step ladder. And then I found a really, really big curtain that used to be from a previous house where we had a really large front window. So all I did was I took all the seams apart, and it fit almost exactly, and we attached it directly to the ceiling, which completely enclosed the space and made it instantly feel really warm and cozy. Of course, nothing matched, but it didn't really matter. It just gave that lovely feel. Again, all we used were staples, regular staple gun, not really particularly heavy duty, and they just went straight into the battens or the wood that was there. And because it was just wood that we had sitting in the backyard, excuse me, it was quite soft. So this was the actual night of the party. It took us about 3 or 4 days to set up outside. That's Severus Snape, in case you were wondering. Kind of made do with the wig that we had, but his costume turned out really good at the end of the evening. As you can see, we set up some Halloween lights. We did actually dim the rest of the lights for the evening just to give that nice atmosphere. And it's a bit of a mixture. We have it wasn't particularly, it was just Halloween themed, and the house was more specifically Harry Potter, but I wanted to give the extension that we built almost like a Hogwarts dorm room feel And like I said, everybody really enjoyed it, and they said it turned out really well. So all of the usual decor, we changed this out seasonally. I'll be taking a lot of this down over the next couple of weeks and putting in some Christmas decorations. There's our royal wall, and that the bar side doesn't usually change very much. It's full of lots of sporting memorabilia and things from the UK. It really is a little bit of home from home, and people who come to visit us say how very reminiscent it is of the little pubs that you find out in the country back in the UK. So here we are, and this is the finished extension. Of course, it rained consistently for 3 days, so there's our leaky cauldron. I just made that out of a piece of Bristol board. We got the Christmas lights out and just tracked them around the room. We just took them up inside the beams, and it just gave a really nice feel. A couple of places we just filled in with black material that I had. This was a piece that has been everywhere. It was in the house, so we bought it out and left it as our a base for a bit of decoration. Everything was made, little bottles we picked up, I've had for a while. Decorations were bought in from the house, and we just strung lights up just to give it that nice feeling. This furniture is usually inside the pub, so we just dragged it out and made the pub more of a drinking and eating area, and this was more of a casual sitting area. We just pulled the pillows from the house. These are actually the pillows that I normally keep in the box at Christmas, Halloween, and just pull them out. So those were what we grabbed from inside and put them on this couch. Again, I just put sparkle lights on all the tabletops and candles. I didn't like to light the candles because of being inside with a lot of people, so I just had the twinkle lights everywhere, and it added to the ambience. Well, everybody went with the theme of Harry Potter, and there was some great costumes. This was my youngest son, dressed as Hagrid. We had various professors and students, and everyone went to a lot of trouble and just looked fantastic. There was a few things that were handmade, a few things that were bought, we set up in the house. This was my 3 of my kids. My oldest son is Sirius, my oldest daughter is Bellatrix, and her husband was Professor Lupin. Of course, my youngest son is Hagrid. And then there was little things that we put in the bathrooms just to continue the theme of Harry Potter. And all in all, it was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of trouble, but it was worth it. Well, after all the fun and games of the last week, I did actually forget to get any pictures or video of myself or my husband, really. So I made the costume based on my husband's, which was the Severus Snape, and I had a graduation gown from one of the kids, so I used that as a template for this one that I made, which was a similar copy of Professor McGonagall's cape. I had 3 or 4 different pieces of black material that I just kind of threw together on this, and it is, I am not a seamstress, but I can kind of throw things together and they turn out okay. It's like my granddaughter's Snow Queen dress. It looks okay on the outside, but on the inside it was a mess. So I had all the different 3 or 4 different types of material, and then just used what I had. Quite pleased with how it turned out. I do have a video of this. If you'd like to see that, I can post it. It's not terribly interesting, but it does kind of show how I copied the pattern from the existing garment and then adapted it to this. I tried to get it as close as I possibly could, but it worked perfectly on the night, and I was very pleased with it. I used existing boots that I had. I just wore a black outfit underneath, and the hat was something, a rather nice hat that was picked up a few years ago, the day after Halloween, on a sale. I'm also going to show you the boots that my son made for his Hagrid costume. Those were his work boots, and he taped 3 layers of polystyrene foam to the bottom. So he was 6'8", I believe. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.